Hey folks, welcome to another VR video. Today I'm using the Nolo VR system, which is something I've had laying around in my house for quite a while with my Pimax 5K Plus. Now why am I doing this? Because Pimax has just announced that at CES, where I will be later this week, they're going to have a new headset called the Pimax Artisan that takes advantage of the Pimax and Nolo compatibility. So Nolo VR are these two controllers that are in my hands, as well as this headset sensor that's attached to the top of my headset right here. I think you can see it better if I tilt down this thing. Looks like a little Death Star on the top of each of those, and then there is a base station sensor. It's using ultrasonic frequencies, and we're gonna try $100 bills on easy, because I don't know how well this is gonna actually work. We'll see what happens. Pretty badly is pretty good. And I don't think it's my setup, but what I'm gonna do, just to be safe, is I'm gonna actually shift things around just a little bit. I'm gonna move the Nolo base station. I'm gonna just show you the Nolo base station really quickly. So that is the Nolo base station, which, as you can see, I have no tracking whatsoever because I've moved the Nolo base station. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna shift that around just a little bit and see if it helps. Moving it back, moving it up a little. Now we'll try one more time. As you can see, like I'm not facing the direction that I would expect to face to play this. But let's try again. So yeah, Beat Saber not gonna work out with the Nolo tracking, at least not in the format that I have it. Alright, so this is Boneworks. As of right now, you can't see anything from your hands.
Operator, attention.
And as of right now, no buttons. Maybe the grip button, I don't know. So you can't confirm anything because the buttons don't work. That doesn't mean you can't map them though. I wonder if we go out to Steam VR, we go to settings, go to controllers. Let's manage the controller bindings. It says it's set to the Vive controller default, which should work. So that might not be it. Let's just try confirming again. Yeah, so Boneworks not gonna work. So right now I'm not seeing any movement from the controllers. I'm wondering if Nolo Home has somehow crashed. Yeah, that seems to be what happened. I did figure out what the problem was. So what the problem was actually the same thing just happened again. the USB-C cable that I'm connecting the Nolo VR to the Pimax with is coming undone. So I've just reattached that. We should be back in business now. In the underground sewer. I have to say, you know, the touchpad is actually fairly responsive. Killed a bunch of dudes. And this is working pretty well. Surprisingly. Grenade launcher over here. Keep that as we go around the bend here. Nothing there. Okay. Dang, it wants me to go in this direction over here. That's pretty cool. Can't grab Build that. There's another door over here. I'm assuming this is the right door to go. I have no more. The map is cleared. That's awesome. So we were able to complete that map. We're going to eat some food. Get our energy back up so we're not dying. Grab some ammo for our grenade launcher. I don't think we're going to grab the grenade launcher. We're gonna go ahead and skip forward. I gotta say, this one's working pretty darn good using the Nolo VR system. Yeah, not gonna happen. That's totally fine. So we know compound works. That's probably about as far as we're going to get with the Nolo system, unfortunately. It's not imperfect, but it's certainly not perfect. I don't think using it for Beat Saber at a party like the COO of Pimax indicated you could do is going to be ideal for this system. But it is going to get you into a little bit more VR content than you could on a headset with no 6-DoF tracking. So, you know, potential it has. It's got some tracking for the controllers. Put them behind me, bring them back up. They work, but they're not perfect. And they never have been, which is why I've never recommended the Nolo system before. But they work, they exist. They're just not good, unfortunately. Setup for this system was not that hard. I'm going to go ahead and just exit out of Beat Saber and just talk a little bit about how to set up the Nolo VR system. So if you buy a headset that has the Nolo VR system, for example, available, all you really have to do is charge up these controllers, charge up the little base station. You may have to upgrade the firmware, and then you've got this little headset sensor. You just attach that to whatever headset you're going to use. Works with something like the Go, works with obviously the Pimax headsets at this point, but it's pretty quick to go with that. If you're using a mobile headset, you have to use wires from the headset tracker all the way back to your PC. Because I'm using a tethered headset, not that big of a deal. You just connect it to a USB port in the tethered headset. The Pimax headset one has one that's painfully right above where my forehead is, but it works to an extent at least. And then you're doing 6-off tracking because it's tracking you with the Nolo sensor. So the Nolo sensor is the only 6-off tracking that I'm using right now. It is tracking the wands pretty well, as long as it's within the spot of the base station. If I turn around, it still works sort of, but it's already starting to jump away. If I cover this sensor at all, tracking goes away altogether. So it's a vulnerable system. It's not as good as lighthouse tracking. It's not as good as constellation tracking, but it works. It gives you controllers. It gives you the ability to do 6-off in a headset. I can teleport around SteamVR home just fine. I can lean back and forth. I can move forward and backward. But otherwise, it's really kind of clunky. So I hope you've enjoyed this quick look at Nolo VR tracking using a Pimax 5K Plus system, just to give you a real look at what the Artisan might offer. Again, this is just the standard Nolo VR CV1. Maybe things have improved a bit with the direct Pimax version, but I highly doubt that. Until next time, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Get out there and enjoy some VR for yourself. Remember that VR is my 2020 vision, and I'll be back with more VR content soon. Thanks for watching.